These xenophobic feelings coming from Ghana, it's quite dangerous. And I am wondering why the Nigerian Senate is taking this very calm approach. I understand it's a serious diplomatic issue because we have lots of Ghanaians in Nigeria as we speak, and a whole lot of Nigerians in Ghana too. And one of the things we're trying to run away from is reprisals, So would you advise the Nigerian government to take the stance of diplomacy only, or are there other avenues that the Nigerian government can explore to ensure that this thing dies down?
Well, I understand where you are coming from, because you need to be very careful not to pour petrol on the fire.
Yes.
Because if you are not careful, things can get out of hand and spiral out of control. Yes. But, if Nigerian government, nobody is saying Nigerian government should take a retaliatory measures. But if the government fails to intervene, citizens will intervene. Because when Nigerians were being attacked in South Africa, some people, they were trying to protest or attack their economic interests in the country, who are citizens. That's why the government saying don't do this, don't do that. So what our Senate should do, you see, the issue goes beyond diplomacy. I must be sincere, though that's part of the menu. But it goes beyond that. We need to even look internally at our system. That, look, one, what is causing people to migrate? That's another issue. Is it because of the economic problems we have in the country, or is it because of lack of opportunity? Because I must say this to you, if you don't give your citizens opportunity, they will migrate to where they can get that opportunity. Nigerians are facing hostility here and there. In South Africa, in Ghana, United Arab Emirates, then the American embassy saying this, saying that. So at a point, government need to sit down. And our parliament too needs to sit down and say, look, how are we going to address all this issue? Because something is, and protect, because citizenship connects certain rights.
Yes.
And if there is war, your government come in and they evacuate you. And all these issues, they are talking about prostitution, this and that, and what have you. There is no country without a social problem. And what you need to do is how you address those social problems. I appreciate the fact that international migration and international crime goes hand in hand. If you get to some countries, they don't know anything about 419. But because citizens of certain countries are moving into that, they introduce it. So you can't rule it out. But what you do, you must try and strengthen institution. Make sure your legal system work to address all this problem. And now they are saying Nigerians are doing this and doing that. Now, that is a fair comment. But the issue is this. Give us the status. How many Nigerians have been arrested? How many are in prison? How many are awaiting trial? So that we know Nigerians are the people behind this.
Exactly.
And also, it is not even impossible. Because we have a porous border, the way we issue our passport is not really rigid enough. It is not impossible for some of these criminals not to be Nigeria. I can tell you that. Because even when the war was going on in Liberia, Sierra Leone, there are quite a few Nigerians claiming to be citizens of that country so that they can get a refugee status. We are talking about some bad apples here now. Not all of them. Some of them have a shop. Some of them are contributing meaningfully to the economic development of that country. But you don't paint everybody with one brush and say all Nigerians must leave. We can't do that.
Nigerians, we will go to the depths of the Atlantic Ocean to look for good business, especially my brothers from the Southeast. I always say that they are amongst the most audacious human beings on earth. They work so hard, and so it's very easy for them to get into trouble, and people will say, oh, they are too aggressive, they are taking away our jobs. But it's good to compete, and I'm hoping that the thing will subside. Before I left Ghana yesterday, I was told that one of our foreign ministers, Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu, will be coming into Ghana, I think, today. So by now, I believe she will be there. Current President John Dramani Mahama lived partly in exile in Nigeria when his father fled Ghana after the coup that toppled the Osage for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He has a half sister, Madame Sherifat from Ofa in Kwara State. So he knows Nigeria very well. He has a wealth of friends. They will settle. They will definitely settle.
Right.
But we also need to teach our guys to calm down a bit, because when you are in someone else's country, you have to learn how to respect their culture.
Right.
Everywhere in the world, people do things. Everything that they accuse Nigerians of doing, of course, they have collaborators who are locals. So it's not as widespread, but it's always been very fashionable everywhere in the world, anywhere in the world, that wherever a crime is committed, a Nigerian name must surface somewhere. It is not always true. Yes, there are, pockets of cases, but nothing that substantial. The Nigerian presence within the Ghanaian economy is huge, such that if you were to expel all Nigerians from Ghana today, there will be major crisis, monumental crisis. Now you have UBA, you have Zenith Bank, you have First Atlantic Bank, you have, all of them, all these different banks are there, employing thousands and thousands of Nigerians. First Bank of Nigeria, they're out there in Ghana.
The Honorable Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Ono, is in Ghana. She has met the relevant officials, the traditional rulers, the Inspector General of Police, the Nigerian community, and actually, I would say, normal social media exaggeration. There's actually calm in Ghana. A couple of people got together and started leading protests against Nigeria, which is not, just as we say, don't generalize about Nigerians, you can't generalize about Ghana. So it was just a few people. And the brain behind it was actually invited by the police. He was questioned and released, and he was questioned based on his past record. So really there's calming. But here's the thing, we appeal to our people, no matter, whether it's 10 people, 5 people, don't be provoked. You're in another person's country, obey the laws of other people's country and be calm, as the Senate has said, and also the Diaspora Commission. But we continue to engage our people, monitor the situation. But as I speak with you, there's actually no problem at all.